I'm going to show you how to do Alyssa's Mermaid Tandem Hip Carry. This is a carry for a base size or longer woven wrap. It's a little easier in a base plus one, but I'm going to be using a size 6, which is my base size when wrapping one newborn, and you need a ring. You need a ring that is one size larger than you would normally use for a single ring finish. So I use very thin wraps. They usually need a small ring to hold a single ring finish securely. I'm going to be doing this with a medium. Most wraps use a medium for a single ring finish, so you would need a large. I'm going to start by finding the middle marker on my wrap. There it is. And put that on the center of my back. And bring both tails to the front under my arms. I'm going to gather this up to my waist, so I'm holding both tails full width right at the center of my chest. I'm going to thread both tails through the ring. And I'm going to take each tail back the way it came. So the tail coming from under my right arm is going back under my right arm. The tail coming from under my left is going back under the left. I'm going to do this one at a time. First tail is going back under my right arm, diagonally up my back and over my left shoulder. I want to get this fairly snug without pulling the ring too far out of center. And then take the tail down my chest and completely under the ring. I'm not going through the ring at all at this point. Under the ring completely. Without twisting. So the top rail stays the top rail throughout the entire carry. Now I'm going to take the other tail on my left, under my left arm, diagonally up my back, over my right shoulder, gather it up, and then what I'm going to do to secure this is reach through the ring and grab the tail going under the ring and pull it up through the ring just a little bit to make this little loop, and then I'm going to pull the tail from over my right shoulder through that loop. Alright, and I want both sides pretty snug, that horizontal back pass fairly snug. Right now it should look like Little Mermaid seashells or a bikini top, or whatever. Normally, for a single ring finish, you would tighten this top layer back down, obviously, but I'm going to start by actually loosening it, pulling up as much of this tail as I can, especially when I'm just working with base size. I don't have a lot of room to work with. And walking that up through, finger walking that, neat. And then I'm going to pull this slack back through to the carry over my left shoulder into under my right arm. And this is where it gets tricky. I need to pull the slack first into the outside. This basically makes a poppins pass into the outside of the poppins pass, and then walk it through into the inside layer of the poppins pass. So this outer layer is going to be quite snug. I'm going to pull it up high, but I want all the slack in the inner pouch. So this is the inside that's loose, the outside that's kind of tight and high on my chest as possible. Grab one, baby. Easiest way to load this carry is from the bottom. The easiest way to do that for me, especially with a small baby, is to put my leg up on a chair or something so that I can sit them on my knee and then kind of jump rope the pass over their head and then scoop them back up. And then find the bottom rail, spread that down their back, and scoop their knees up into a good seat. Okay. Now everything in this carry tightens from the middle marker at the center of my back. So I'm going to walk it slack from under my arm to the bottom layer, across baby's neck, into the top rail first, and then the bottom rail towards that ring. And then I'm going to kind of pull it through that U-turn around the ring into the outer layer, which I then can jump rope over baby's head as well. Again, working to get all that slack from middle of back across baby, making sure their knees are even, keeping the seat even. You don't want to tip their hips one way or the other. And pulling that into the outer layer. Now spread the outer layer. Bottom rail goes down, bunched under their knees. Top rail up to their neck. And kind of push everything under your arm towards your back. And then reach over your left shoulder. Pull it up. You may have to pull the strands individually a bit. And at this point you want to cap the shoulder, which capping the shoulder tightens the bottom rail enough. Top rail, push towards the ring. Sometimes you can just pull the tail end strands and it'll go through the little part where it jumps up through the ring. This wrap is rather grippy, so I'm actually going to pull it into the center of the ring where that loop is, going over the other part of the wrap, and then I'm going to retighten it through the tail strand by strand. Okay? So that's one baby. And now I'm going to repeat with the other side, knowing that the two passes, the two sides of this carry are connected by that back pass, so when I do loosen up the left side, there's a chance that I could introduce slack into the right side. So I'm going to use my right arm to kind of brace that baby and make sure that I'm not loosening it so much that they are going to sink. So I'm going to loosen it at the ring, walk that over my right shoulder, into the outer layer of the left side, pull that into the inner layer, and as I pull that into the inner layer, that's when you can feel it loosen on the right side over the other baby. So this is where you need to be particularly cautious with them, because it's the one time slack can wander between the two sides. So now I've got the outer pass tight and bunched up, inner pass connected to the back pass, back horizontal pass is loose. Get second baby. This is the trickiest part because neither baby is particularly hands-free at this point. Putting my knee up on a chair, sitting second baby on it, jump rope the inner layer over their head, and then pick them back up. Try to keep the two babies at the same height, assuming they're the same size. Spread this layer down. Pulling everything from the back toward the rings. As I do that, that'll re-secure my first baby. Jump rope. Second layer over their head. Start spreading and tightening that side. I'm still using my right arm, kind of bracing the first baby just in case. Tighten from the the back pass, back horizontal pass, through the bottom layer, around the ring, and through the outer layer, pushing under my arm. And as I do this, I can feel this baby get more and more secure. Okay, pull this up over my arm. This layer that goes on the underside of the other wrap through the ring tightens pretty easily. Again, capping this shoulder uncapped while I was fussing, so I have to fix it. And strand by strand tighten through the ring. Now that both babies are secure, I can do some final tightening. Make sure that this back pass needs to be as snug as possible so that it is load bearing. So I'm going to tighten it even more. You end up having to kind of untuck the seats as you do this and really push it through that ring. And then once you have the bottom tail of this ring intersection tightened, you want to make sure the top one is particularly snug and flat so the ring finish isn't slipping. The basics of Alyssa's Mermaid Tandem Hip Carry. Obviously, you also need to know how to get babies out. So it's basically a reverse. You're going to start by loosening, and you can do either one first. So I'm going to loosen the baby on my right first, pulling slack out of this tail. I don't want to completely undo the ring finish. I don't want to pull too much in. I'm going to uncap this shoulder. That adds some slack for me. Untuck the outer seat. Again, I like putting her leg up, jump rope the outer layer up over their head, walk slack into the inner layer, heel up the seat, sit them on my knee, jump that layer over their head, embracing the baby that's still in the wrap, since the wrap is now loose. And if I need to just carry one baby right now, I need to retighten this. Again, pulling from the back horizontal pass to the front. Spread this back over my chest like a mermaid seashell. As I do this, I can feel this side getting more and more secure. And then pass this back shoulder. And retighten through the ring. And then I can wear it with just one baby for the moment and have this side ready to go for the second baby. If you're using a longer wrap, you can actually take each of these tails after the ring finish and roll them and tuck them in near your armpit for a little bit of a head support if you want.